I'm sorry, I have to go see this movie again. Excuse me. I'm sorry, one more time. I can't do this. This movie is fucking awesome!
BAM!
Let me believe that third time's a charm. Christopher Nolan, one of the greatest directors of our generation, returns to the big screen with yet again another big summer blockbuster, this time entitled Inception. Let me rephrase that. Christopher Nolan, the greatest director of our generation, returns to the big screen with his masterpiece. I am not kidding. See this fucking movie. It is incredible. If the definition of a review consists of both positive and negative outlooks on a film, then this is not a review. This is a video of me praising Christopher Nolan's incredible aspects that made up this great movie. If you're here looking for negative things about a review, go on Rotten Tomatoes and look up the cocksuckers that didn't like this film. There is nothing wrong with it. Now let me get into detail why I loved it. I believe that both Christopher Nolan and his brother deserve all the awards they can get for the screenplay of this film. Notice how I said awards and not just nominations. Awards because this movie's script is just so groundbreaking, and a lot of people are going to say, you know, The Matrix. Fuck The Matrix. This movie has so much more going for it than what that movie did with the script and all the storylines going on at once and then intertwining in the end. So many turns and tosses in this movie that I just can't keep up with it. There was so much stuff going on, and how one puts this on paper then on film is just baffling to me. These guys are so talented, and you know, I haven't come out of a movie thinking to myself, wow, that was a true masterpiece, and then going home and saying, you know, wow, that was a true masterpiece. Usually I come out of a film and say, wow, that was really good, then go home and say, wow, that kind of sucked actually. This movie just had me going with it the entire time. In the beginning I was kind of saying to myself, it's kind of jumping a little bit, but then I realized that this is how Nolan was interpreting dreams, and that's how dreams should be interpreted, because dreams go all over the place, and that's what the script of this movie does, and it executes it perfectly. Being the talented guy that he is, producing many incredible movies, Christopher Nolan was able to get his hands around the cast list for this film, and everybody seems to be on their A game. Now, I love Leonardo DiCaprio as an actor. I've loved him ever since The Basketball Diaries back in 1995, but there was always that sense in every single role he played that he was either whining, I think I go with that more, or lately it's just been that stupid Boston accent he uses in almost every single movie he's in. Well, a lot of people said that he broke on through and, you know, acted more adult in Shutter Island. I didn't see it in that movie. I saw it in this film. He did a great job. He actually has a new way of acting in this movie. He's more adult. He doesn't have that stupid Boston accent. He's not whining. He's a grown-up, and he really shows it by not flipping out on Ellen Page, you know, taking into account that something happened in his life, and he's really trying to be serious about it and not lose his temper or anything. I just think he handled this role really sophisticated, and he did a great job with it. I could see an Oscar nomination. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I absolutely love the guy in 10 Things I Hate About You. He proved to me that he can be a great actor in 500 Days of Summer, and that great acting transcends into this role. Though the role doesn't have as much personality as I thought it would, Levitt tries to give it some with his great acting skills. He kind of plays a sidekick to Leonardo DiCaprio's guy, and I thought, you know, he kind of had some jealousy in him throughout the film. At least I sense a little dark side to his character. He also has great chemistry with Ellen Page in the scenes that they're in together, and there's an action sequence involving his character that I think is truly groundbreaking. All in all, I think he did a great job as a side character in this movie. In last summer's Public Enemies, Marion Cotillard played the love interest in that film, and I really didn't like her. In this movie, she does the exact opposite. She plays Leonardo DiCaprio's character's love interest, and she does a great job. She's not only passionate with Leonardo DiCaprio, but she's also menacing, and whenever she's in the presence of the film, there's a scared shitless look on everybody's face. I think she did a great job in this movie. Tom Hardy. Now, I know I've seen this face in other films, but I can't think of it right now. Well, anyways, in this movie, he provides both humor and kick-ass action sequences. I really did like this character. He was basically the James Bond of the group, the sly James Bond, you know, the Pierce Brosnan. Anyways, in this movie, he provides humor, and you know, I don't see much humor in Christopher Nolan's movies, or at least his past ones, and that's why I think humor improves in this one. Like all the other actors in this film, Ellen Page does a great job. I remember her being in Juno and Whip It. She did a really good job in those, but I think this is her best role to date because she treats the character with an adult outlook. She's not a a whiny bitch who's learning at the moment. The relationship between Kylie Murphy and his dying father is introduced about halfway through this movie. I would say even a quarter way. But, you know, it's introduced to us in such a good way, and Kylie Murphy is such a good actor. He's one of my favorite working ones today, and his father is played by the guy in Jurassic Park, The New World, and they do a great job together with their chemistry. It feels like they were introduced in the first half of the movie. It's just improving so much. They both do a great job. No complaints from Kylie Murphy as usual. There are both slow parts of this movie and fast-paced parts. The slow parts take place in the first half of the film. They really introduce the characters, you know, tell us what they're gonna do, what motivates them to do it. In the second half of the film, it's entirely action with both character development and just fucking awesome scenes. You know, the action in this movie is so groundbreaking, or at least I think it is, with floating and, you know, slow motion and all that great stuff. It's like I'm watching A New Hope of my generation, because the entire time I was watching the action scenes, I was like, oh my god, how did they do that? You know, I never wonder myself these days how they did that, because it's all done on a computer. And I know some of this is done on a computer, but others look pretty practical, and I was like, holy shit. Levitt is floating! It really does move at a fast pace, but it isn't too fast to say, wow, this is jumping all over the place. It just moves fast because it needs to, and the plot just really unwinds, and it really turns out great in the end. I absolutely love this film. It was awesome. Along with the action in this movie is the music to fit the scenes, and I absolutely love the music in this movie. It wasn't just a BOW from the trailers, even though I was humming that on the way in and even more on the way out, but other music in this film was just really fast-paced, and I just really did like it. You know, it wasn't annoying, it was kind of memorable, so the music along with the action in this film is great. Look at me! I'm still sweating! And it has nothing to do with the 96 degrees outside. But it has to do with the experience and the high that I still have after 2 hours of seeing Inception. If you want to have the experience that I had, don't do dope. Go see Christopher Nolan's new movie, because I guarantee you, it is a masterpiece. Go watch these great actors of our generation do their thing. It is definitely worth your time and money. Worth your time and money over 3,000 times. Go see this movie as many times as you want. It's definitely worth your paycheck at the end of the week, I guarantee you. Come out of this movie saying what I'm about to say. 5 out of 5 for Christopher Nolan's intense, great, spectacular film. Definitely the movie of the year. The movie of probably a couple of years now, because, you know, I don't know how Batman 3 is gonna beat this one, alright? I'm gonna go see it again. Have a nice day. Thank you to all my subscribers and fans. Forgot my wallet.